Hey guys, how's it going? August 11th, 2020, and yeah, I'm back into things again. I probably should have held back and waited before we went away because my vacation started today, or starting tomorrow, I should say, tonight, whatever.
Yeah.
But which kind of hasn't got me in a great mood, but I worked on Niagara, which was lacking UTMs. It had it down here, and I noticed a difference. But I kind of passed it off as, okay, well, no big deal. It's the Niagara River. It's the Niagara River, it's big. It doesn't look as much over here, but then I was noticing some changes.
And they're pretty big.
Well, I first started noticing it when I looked over here and I saw how the piers were looking. And you can see the water comes around here to the left, and it should be to the left and down, according to the map. As much as 70 meters, I would assume.
And you can see it on the map.
Which you can see it, yeah, you can see it on the map. So I'd say about at least 50 meters to the left.
Probably closer to 60 or 70. And a few meters. About 30 meters.
Which is kind of weird because I thought it had something to do with this whole 70-meter data thing. And I just don't understand how the hell, like when they say accurate, I don't know what lack of accuracy means when it comes to the maps. Because the maps are essentially drawing your tracks, and they are showing you what's here. Now, I believe Martin was telling me, well, basically it's just to be used as a reference. Well, if it's just to be used as a reference, then I have to somehow visually turn it off and try to do everything around it and just use the track, I think.
It would be extremely hard.
The hard time I'm coming at is trying to figure out, like, I understand the canal's going to be a little bit different because the elevations change, and so does the elevations of the lake.
All the elevation is wrong.
Well, no. The lakes and canals do a lot different because they measure the land differently. So that's not a big deal. But down here, you can see it's just it's the same thing. When it's coming through down here. Now, I don't know. That's probably, I would say, maybe too much water would come up down to here. By the looks of it, I've put too much water in there. So the water level's too high. It's probably a little lower. It seems to go higher towards Allenberg as a summit, and then it goes back down. So it kind of falls. There's a little bit of a summit, so the water does, even though it's headed that way, it does head that way, if that makes any sense, I don't know. Because it has to, because that's where all the hydro comes through, so. But, yeah, it's a little scary, because I thought, well, you know what I'll do, this is what I was originally going to do. I thought, let me just start filling out some of those things and see what happens tonight, and then I can, and then I could work on Port Robinson at least, and get that started. So I was in and around Port Robinson, and then this is where I started seeing it. Now that's a little bit different, but everything, like the water there, I don't know what the hell happened to the water level there, but everything has to go to the left, because here's a road here. And then everything has to start coming down a bit as well to match up with it.
Down and to the left.
Yeah. Yeah, so right here down to, a little bit down, but a lot to the left or whatever. So I'm kind of perplexed because the DEM is what's supposed to be accurate, or at least 70 meter accurate, which is not necessarily the greatest accuracy, but it's something. It's just these UTMs are, and it's not so much the detail that they're showing. That's bad enough.
Yeah.
It's, to try to find things, what, and I can cross-reference it. That's not a problem. The problem I'm having is I don't know where to build stuff, because I've got a track here that shows perfectly on the map. So am I supposed to just move everything over to where it seems like the land lays? Like, I really don't get it.
But where does the land lay exactly? If it seems like it, is it truly that? It's really hard to say.
I mean, this lands up again. This lands pretty much against the UTM, but it's off. So I assume the DEM is, I just don't know. The DEMs and the UTM are like totally, like, I might post one more message on the forum and hopefully I'll get some more answers, because I've been trying to get some answers on the forum, and nobody's really selling me on this DEM thing. Nobody is. Because everybody was saying how great DEM is, and how this is going to, and don't get me wrong, having a network the size of this already created for you is certainly, that alone is almost worth it.
But if it's inaccurate.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is having the network of tracks already in place is even if I have to copy it back to the other thing, is worth it, because the tracks are pretty close to accurate.
Yeah.
So that alone, having it is a big bonus. I don't know if I should just try to play around with the elevations and just copy some of the data a little at a time and just kind of manipulate it to the map that I was already working on, and then it's just I'm stuck. I really don't know what to do. I mean, this matches the map, but the DEMs are not matching what's going on. Like the whirlpool here. Look at the whirlpool.
Off completely.
Well, no, it's not off completely. It's off to the same. The whole map is the same. It's off to the left and down.
To the left.
Huh?
Back and to the left.
Yeah, man. Back and to the left.
Yeah, down to the left.
Left and to the down. You're sounding like a YouTube. Knock it off. So, but it's more left than anything, I guess. But I don't see down so well. Yeah, down a little bit, but then to the left. To the left,
It's
the
mostly
most.
to the left, yeah.
Mostly to the left. Is that what it is in Port Colborne too?
It's, yeah, mostly to the left, but a little bit down.
But a little bit down. Okay, so that's what it is pretty much all along.
Probably about 3 tiles down-ish.
Because this,
And about 7 right or left.
yeah, and this explains why the track is like in the middle of everything, and then,
That's all confusing to me.
well, that's we don't know what the hell that is. I just filled it in with whatever and just decided, because I don't know what that is, which is okay. I mean, I my first fight was to, when I started first running trains on this, I was just like, oh my god, it's a roller coaster of going up and down. And yeah, but that was fine. I was like, okay, well, I'm up for that challenge. I can get it to go. It's just I don't know what to do now. I knew what I was doing before when it was flat, and I seem to have had.
It seems like your momentum is just halted.
Oh, my momentum's done.
It's been completely halted.
And I'm not trying to be ungrateful. I'm really not, because I am grateful. But I'm trying to be sold on this DEM thing, and nobody has been selling me on this. Other than the fact that yes, it's created a big network, and yes, there's height elevation and stuff like that. I mean, like some of the looks here, like it's mainly flat, which is is going up there, which it should be.
And even some things seem a little bit off terrain.
No. That's 70 meters. That's why. So being a little bit off is okay. I can live with that. It's the fact that it's out of alignment, which is really screwing around with me, because then I don't know where to lay stuff. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the track. Am I supposed to move everything over to the left? Am I supposed to put the scenery all to the left? And how many meters over? It's
all up in the air. It's all a big, huge, fun mess.
Is it 10 meters, or are we talking? We're talking
10 meters down. It's a little bit more than that downwards.
Okay, so each square. Hang on a second. Each square here. Oh, okay. Each square is a tile. Is what they're saying. Okay, never mind. So each square is each square is 10 meters, right?
10 meters, correct.
Okay. Because that's the grid. So I mean, everything is matching the map there. I mean, when that's off, that's no big deal. And I mean, yeah, I've put too much water there and all that stuff, and I can understand the water levels adjust. But that makes sense. And it's not supposed to be perfect. I understand that. I just don't know what to do. I would much rather have a UTM that makes sense, but I don't know where you get that from, or because there's different zoom levels, and I don't know what that means. There's so much lack of information that I have about this that it's just suddenly now I'm here, and I mean I wasn't ready for it, and now I have it, and I'm just like, oh, and I was mesmerized at first, especially when I saw the Niagara Gorge.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, this is cool. And I don't have
really
I don't
cool, but
it is and I mean I started there because I still needed some stuff near the tracks and stuff like that. So yeah, when I first saw this and I did the YouTube video on it, I was just like, whoops, hello. I did the first YouTube video on it, and I was just like, holy crap, this is really neat. And I mean, yeah, it goes dry. I understand why it goes down there and all that other stuff. It's because of the bridges. But it does, there's the whirlpool, does that well.
Without the map, it looks really cool. It looks really good. But when you have the map, everything looks off.
But the problem is, you take the map off. You take the map layer off.
And then you have no way of knowing what goes where.
Well, the tracks go there. It's just you suddenly now you have to move all the tracks to the position they should be versus the DEM. I mean, I can move the entire DEM, but I really don't want to. And I don't know if I should, especially if I get better DEM or better UTM or whatever the heck it is. I assume the DEM is accurate, even though it's 70 meters.
I would presume. I can't be certain, but I presume it's accurate.
Like I'd be willing. If I could. I don't know if it's just the base, not the base map, or the UTM that I'm using. So okay, UTM is this, right? So if so UTM is part of the data that shows you the tracks and all that other stuff, but I assume it's the image too. Well, that's the vectors. Well, hold on a second. Okay. So it is, okay, so it is the vectors. I thought that it wasn't doing that before. There was a point where it wasn't doing it.
What's the base maps there?
Those are ones that I was trying to superimpose.
Oh, okay.
I was doing that just to see how things were looking. But I mean, everything's lining up pretty well to what it show on the map, and yeah, the resolution's not the greatest, but that's not my concern, really.
No, neither. It's not mine either.
And
but the problem mainly is what's offset, what's not. If we move it, everything else gets offset, so we can't move it.
Like, I love this part when we're coming down the escarpment. Now, mind you, there's, you know, obviously...
some bumps in the road.
Yeah, and that's fine. But, you know, and
That's because you can't capture the flat.
Yeah, it's a 70-meter difference. It's also the 70-meter difference, too, so you do have some bit of distortions.
That's a problem, but there's no way around it.
Mm-hmm.
And,
no, it's okay. It's okay. It can be adjusted.
It's not that big a problem. It's adjustable.
No, that's adjustable, and I got no problem with that. I mean, here, you know, we're having the start of the canal where you're looking up the mountain, and that's what it looks like.
A little bit off with the water, but yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, that's because of, again, the issue that we're at. But you're looking into the distance, and you're seeing, you know, everything's going up from the canal, and then you look in the distance and you see the escarpment. That's exactly what I love about it, because
that's the cool thing about it.
when you're running along here,
you can see the escarpment.
You know, through Meriden, you're looking up towards, you know, that's Thorold, and indeed the escarpment is there, and I like it. And it's things that, you know, down the road that I'm really looking forward to potentially having. So, and I mean, I these going up and down, and that's going underneath a lot of the bridges.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, everything is... Oh, that's the valley. That's the 13-mile creek.
Yep.
I mean, right there, I don't have UTM, so maybe... Well, no, I do. I have UTM because it's the tracks, and the tracks are off, according to the DEM. We've already determined that. Oh yeah, that goes back a little ways, and then I don't think it comes as close to Grimsby again, because this only goes to the other side of St. Catharines, I believe, or Jordan. But you can see it in the distance there, off to the left. So everything is, you know, a lot of it, from a super fine detail, 50 meters is not a big deal. The distant terrain looks correct. Everything looks, you know, as expected. That's probably another one of the valleys, but everything here, I mean, yeah, there's some openness because of the lack of tiles there, but so yeah, I don't know what to do, and I've asked questions. Unfortunately, I'm not getting the answers quick enough to really make an informed decision, and I'm kind of... I was screwing around with the other thing, and I can screw around with that some more, but I really need to come to some type of conclusion. I mean, a few weeks ago, a week or so ago, actually, I was all ready to start. I was playing around with lights, and I was getting 40 propped up.
And as much as this was cool, it's put a halt. It's really
but this is damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Because if there's a way to make this right,
how long it take?
If there's a way to make this right, then anything that I do in that other route, anything that I've done in that first route that I made is already lost. It's there, but I can't use it.
Well,
Well, I mean, I can. I know how to, but my point is, it's all there, but I really can't transfer it over to this.
There's no way of doing that.
Well, I mean, I can. I can merge a root over and then copy it over or something, but it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
No.
So you wouldn't have all the ups and downs.
Yeah, of course, and I know that. I understand that. So you have that. So that's where I'm stuck there. I can't go back. I can't. Going back to it and just building upon that is a waste of time if I'm going to get this to work. And I do want to get this to work. I don't want to. All this work that's been done for me is very appreciative. I just need to know what exactly am I up against, and are there ways to improve it? Because I'm having a hard time working with that. Like that thing's gonna drive me nuts, and I don't know what the easiest way to do this is. And this is supposed to be. I shouldn't say it's supposed to be easier, but to me, I'm not saying it's supposed to be. I guess maybe I'm saying that it's too easy or whatever, but not just that it's not lack of not being easy. I just don't know exactly how I'm supposed to, like, what a good technique is to get it. I mean, I could look at Google Earth and say, yeah, this is what it's supposed to be, but then all those tracks, I have to shift all of that over, and that's a huge network that I have to shift over, and then I have to disregard the map that's underneath it. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of doing is getting the track marks down, maybe getting the roads down as they see it. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Is that the way I do it? So I put the road in that layer, and then I start taking those roads, okay, and I shift it all over.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any possible way it's fixable. And
because what? Okay, go on.
But it possibly could alter some of the other terrain. So
I'm not altering the terrain. I'm not touching this is the thing. I don't want to touch the terrain.
You won't touch it. You would touch the map and move it.
Yes. And I can't do that.
No.
I cannot. The map's not that. The map. Okay. So what he was saying was that the map is pretty much to be used as a reference only. The problem is I'm either going to have to build. Maybe I build the road network. Then that goes with the track network, and then when I alter it all over, then I get rid of the UTM.
Oops. Well, would the road network be accurate?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes, because it's on the UTM. The UTM's fine. Am I positive the UTM is correct?
Yeah.
Well, we've seen so far that it's about 70 meters to the left, and whatever to.
But is that true in all places? We don't know that for sure.
I don't know.
That's the problem.
It seems that way.
Yeah. And then once we do that, how do we get the height levels? Do we know for sure? It's all a mess.
No, the DEM's not a mess. The DEM's fine.
No, the DEM's not a mess.
It's not perfect, but the DEM's. So if I take everything and slowly move it over, then I say forget the UTM. Then I might be onto something.
How would you do that?
I would have to get rid of the UTM. Then now, you know what I could do is I can go back to base maps. Even though the problem with base maps is I can't. Hang on a second. What base map did I have available? I had something here, and I'm trying to remember which one I was using.
I'm still confused as to how you would do that.
What do you mean?
How would you bring everything over?
You gotta do it a little at a time.
Then it would become inaccurate.
Hmm?
If you do it a little bit at a time, it would become inaccurate.
No. You do the network. You do the network of the roads.
You can't move it all at once, though. You'd have to move it.
I know
piece by
that. I
piece
know
each
that.
one.
But you use the UTM as a reference.
That wouldn't be possible.
Emmett, stop saying impossible. So here's what I do. I'll show you. Okay. We already know the track is where the track is supposed to be, right?
We're not positive of that, but yes.
Oh, well, we're not positive of it.
We can't be positive.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's do the corners. Let's do the far corners of each, and let's see what the elevation is showing us.
Okay.
Do you have the measuring tool?
What do you mean by measuring tool?
Okay. Can we measure a UTM landmass? I can tell you.
What do you mean by UTM landmass?
A UTM screen. Like how far can we measure? You want to get?
Yes.
Huh?
I can measure the length.
Okay.
Okay, go into tools.
Let me find a UTM. Something that I'm somewhat familiar with.
Use pork rob.
Yeah. Like even the we say, how can you be sure it's accurate? We're already seeing number one. We knew that the base maps were not 100% accurate. So I'm not too worried about that. We know it's in the same direction.
Why is there no UTM tile?
There is. You just have to get into it. Give me a second. See? Okay. So it basically follows everything that's along there. Where the altitude, that comes from the DEM, which could explain a lot of the weirdness in some of the elevations and the switches and all the other things. See, that's off a little bit, but that could be just how it's been plotted, right? Do you know what I mean?
And there's curves and stuff from the game being how it is. Twists and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
There's
But see, it's following the UTM.
most of it's adjustable.
Yeah.
And fixable.
So if that's following that, then I take a road like Lundy's Lane, for example, and I plot it. Okay.
Correct.
Then I take. Actually, here's a good example. You wanna know if something is. I gotta do it in such a way. I gotta do it in a way that I can measure a section of road. Because if I zoom out, see, you start losing it. So I gotta be on it. Where's a good one to measure?
As long as it's straight, it's easily measurable.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I need to measure it to the track. So let me measure. It's a smaller section, but you say it's in tools.
Tools is the little monkey wrench, and then the ruler portion is up top. And you press plus to add ruler. The middle is move ruler, and then the other is delete ruler.
Can I do that without it screwing up? Yeah. Doesn't like it. Oh, it doesn't like it because I was on the track?
Yeah.
That sucks. Here, let's Okay.
He's getting in trouble.
He's always getting in trouble.
They keep climbing up on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And she's cute. Oh, baby new kitty. .4 meters.
And it's not exactly straight either. But no road usually is. How much?
I think it said 819.4.
819.4 meters?
Yeah.
So that's Barron Road to...
Can't believe I actually saw that from that distance.
Yeah, well, you did.
Yeah,
Okay. So if I go to Google Earth, I guess. And 819.4, that's over one baseboard. We were already a couple meters out. Remember?
Yeah.
Because once I have the roads down, I take the UTM off. Okay. And then I start moving it over. I would have to fit. Oh, let's see here. There's my section right there. Okay, what do this? I can't remember. It's been so long. That's polygon. Do I have a ruler somewhere around here? Show ruler. Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay, it's accurate.
It's within point 1.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Exactly.
Well, not point 1.
It's close enough, Emmett. Like, look, I'm off there, and I could be off there. I mean, it's close enough. If I'm within a meter, I don't give a rat's ass, because I was off more than a meter on the baseboards as it was.
You're off by 0.05 less than a meter.
Well, there we go. So that's fine. I'm.
And honestly, Google Earth's probably off, not the actual.
Well, everything's off. Everything.
Oh yeah, it's impossible to have everything.
Everything is going, and that's the problem. Is trying to get everything to.
I mean, that's like trying to get my self-scan from a satellite.
Yeah. So.
Honestly, it's actually even harder.
Because if I put in the roads and then I start seeing how the hell I'm going to do this, I've got to know where to move the objects. And make sure I'm pretty certain. The only way I can tell is the water level. That's the only way I can tell at this point where it is. I mean, one way of doing it is drawing out the canal. Or even the canal roads. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I draw out the canal roads, and then, I mean, I mean, I could do the same. I can't really do. Yeah, I could do the same for Niagara. I'm not so worried about the Niagara River so much. But if I'm able to draw that road out and see how the water table fits, and remember, it's going to change a little bit because it's 700 meter DEM.
Yeah.
So it's not always going to be perfect, but.
I never actually took in that trail on Merritt Island.
I don't know. Does that keep the ruler?
I would believe so. There's a way to delete it though if you want to. It's to your right.
I can't remember where the hell I put it.
You put it on at Barron Road in Port Robinson.
Should be around here, right?
Yeah, it's on Barron past Allenport.
Okay.
There it is, and then you can press the little ruler with a little circle X sign. It's hard to delete.
Really?
Also, it's not perfectly straight. It's 87 degrees.
Hmm?
It's 87 degrees, not perfectly straight.
It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up with east, north.
Yeah, I just find that interesting. Now I know what degrees Barron Road is.
Where the hell do I put it? Do I do it on here? Oh, I gotta put it on the points.
Yeah, the points. It's like a spline point.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's 10:49 already.
It's always 10:49.
What? It's always 10:49.
It's always too late and too small and too long and blah blah blah.
Well, is it always though?
Yeah, I guess
Is it
not.
always?
Uh-huh.
I'm still surprised.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be at this point.
So yeah, I can. I mean, that's really the only way I can see doing it, and then, like I said, I don't want to be ungrateful because I do want to. I want to get this to work. I'm stubborn. I want to get this to work.
Yeah, so do I.
But I just feel like I'm spinning my wheels right now.
It seems really nitpicky.
No, it's not.
But at the same time,
No, it's not.
It's
not.
It's not as nitpicky. I was more nitpicky the other day with the tunnel.
I just don't. I at this point, and I was wondering why the tracks were coming really close. Remember?
Yeah.
Because there's a highway. There's a highway in between there.
Highway.
Like you said, it's seven. It's
and down.
Yeah. And I can tell you probably right now. Actually, now that I look at that, that's interesting. Okay. Let me, you're going to see it again, I betcha. That's a Peace Bridge. Is that a lake or something in the middle?
Yeah, there's a few lakes in there.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's a park too. There's a couple of lakes actually. There's one up top, and there's a little tiny pond.
All right, so see that right there. Okay. Look at where the land.
Yep.
The land goes there.
Man, you really lined that up terrible.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Shut up.
Actually, that whole thing looks straight there.
Huh?
The whole thing looks more straight on Google Earth. Or Google, yeah, Google Earth.
Notice the angle's different too, huh?
Yeah, it's a little off.
Well, that's
This
just...
looks like more like an orange slice. The other one looks like a freeze mummified body.
Now, I don't know if that's just pointing at true north or what the hell it's doing, but...
It just looks different. Everything looks different.
I'm just trying to figure out the... I would say... So if that has to go left, it would be coming up here.
Yeah.
The curve would come here. This would go a little bit further because if you look at the bridge...
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the junction switch.
It's like almost right there. And there's all that space. Now, there would be some space for the road and stuff, but not that much. It really is an interesting problem. You're damned if you do, you're damned.
See, there's where the curves start.
Yeah, the final portion, there is actually a curve on the final thingy. Just a slight. But
Okay, so the bridge would come out maybe that is.
it would end at that spline point.
Hmm.
And it doesn't quite. It's water there.
So that could be the that could be that.
No, it's probably the closer pond that's right beside the bridge.
Well, that's what I mean.
You not see the one right beside the bridge?
Yeah, this.
No,
What do
not that. Right by the international bridge, if you go down just a little bit.
That?
Yeah. It's small, but there's a pond there.
That's that, isn't it? It's not going to go that far down there. That's this thing.
No, it's not.
Down.
That's
to the
almost on
left.
the other side of the island.
Okay, well, I don't know then. The islands, that's a tough one because of the canal, but...
Yeah, Black Rock Canal does confuse things a little bit.
Alright, one last look, Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is hard because I was messing around. Actually, I can't do the whirlpool,
Why
can
do
I?
people use the Black Rock Canal?
Because of I assume it's because of the current, but I'm not sure.
Well, then why are there people that don't use it?
Because some boats can progress it and others don't. I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, I'll research that sometime.
Okay, you do that. Sounds like fun.
It actually does sound like fun.
Okay, did I lose UTM tiles here? Of course I did.
Yeah.
It says I got UTMs, but they're not. Yeah.
It doesn't say you have that anywhere. You'd have to go into layers to find out.
The UTM's down here, see?
Oh yeah, you just don't have your layer open. There is there is UTM files out there.
Yeah, this now it just came in.
Yeah, they just didn't load.
Weird.
Down and to the left, though. You can see the down because it goes up too far, and then to the left.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
And depending upon the water level, it can change, right? So if I'm over this side, I can't see where I am there, but can't tell how far I am with the map here as I go underneath the water. Oh yeah, I see it. It's like right there. So like I said, if I do the roads and then that gives me my structure, because then I would have to move all the roads and everything until I just don't know exactly where I move it to. That's going to be the tricky part, but I'm going to have to find a physical feature somewhere. Problem is you're not near the escarpment. I mean, the only thing I can think of is the falls itself. But like I said before, you can see where it's coming down there. Look at all that in here. You can see it underneath.
Yeah.
How do you change the water again? Like you can't change it to clear and all that other stuff, or just uses it.
I can't remember.
I thought the water.
There's a way to change the color or something, stuff like that if you want that.
Yeah, because you had a clear water or something. Because I'd like to see through that.
There's a way to do it. I can't remember ever though. Plus it's almost 11.
Yes. Turn to a pumpkin. Edit session. No. What the hell? Oh, what did I do? Did I just try to close it? Okay, that's what I want to do. Alright. Edit environment. Edit effect layers. What the hell's that? Oh, I see. Okay. Clutter, turf effect. Okay, gotcha. Very nice.
I still haven't figured it out 100% turf effects.
So if I go with the environment,
it's underneath the lighting tab for the color.
oh, is it?
I believe so.
Oh,
I think something to do with the reds, the blues, thingies. It confuses me. That and that fog density and stuff. It's just fog density. I like changing the colors, getting a see. It's really confusing, and it's really what you have to do. And all watercolor will be the same.
Oh, look at all the look how the stars come up.
Yeah.
That's kind of
The
neat.
one problem is all watercolor will be the same,
Yeah, I understand that.
which it's actually not, but because of sediment and different locations in which it's in, that would impact it, or the amount of its flow. Or
I thought I could change this.
I thought you could.
Move color control points on clock. Oh.
That's at certain times what the color's looking like. That's what you have to do. And then you have to do something like that, and it becomes better or something. It still confuses me, but it also alters the sky and a bunch of different colors.
But I don't see how that changes the water.
It does change the water color, I think. It's just honestly so confusing to me.
Hey, hang on a second here. I gotta see this for a minute.
Honestly, you should probably watch it.
Yeah, but what's this?
Ground texture stuff.
Okay, well, I don't know. So, that's cool. I'll exit Surveyor and I won't save. Because I probably would have screwed it up. So yeah, that's the dilemma I'm in. Or we're in.
Confusing, terrible thing.
It's not confusing and terrible, it's just that it's a huge freaking challenge.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, nonetheless.
Oh well, I'll probably post on the forum one more time.
We'll figure it out.
So, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Looks the same.
Hopefully,
Yep.
it works out well.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'll end this for now. Thanks for the likes, guys. If you have any advice, let me know on my forum. Because I don't know. I still don't know. I'll have to think about it while we're away. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.